Hello everybody in Saberland. This is Seth Glendenning, and today I am going to open up my new Mando Core Pike. I have not seen it all yet. I've seen it in some development stages, and I've also got some cool prizes to show up for Bladetoberfest. So without further ado, I did kind of open the box already. I did sort of open it, but I didn't actually open it, so there's that. All right, so I got some sweet packaging. I think I'll do this a little. Let's try that. There you go. Got a lot of things here. Next to me is my belts, and I'm not having on the screen to be all pompous. But I want to say this. While competing in Las Vegas, I borrowed, first I used my Saberforge Ronin with spear extensions in the pools. But I really liked, after seeing Joe Blankenship's Mando Core Pike and using it in the hotel room, the way it felt compared to mine. Mine's all wobbly and stuff. So I switched to that for the brackets and for the championship fights. And Joel Blankenship's Mando Core Pike is what won me the final tournament. Okay? All right, so first thing I've got here, before I get the saber open, looks like I got a couple chassis. Nice. This is their new Mando Core lube. So what they have for their chassis, which I really love. You get the really good batteries, first of all, that come with it. And we have these shock absorber chassis that are a little bit of a tight fit. But you pop them in, and what they do is, because they're a little bit tight, it absorbs the shock. So none of that impact is on the chassis itself. And I have already experienced with my Luke Sabers, just call them. I've had no issues with them after battling really hard. And if you know me, I fight very hard, okay? Not to hurt somebody, I just give it all my best, okay? So I parry hard and that kind of stuff. And so anyway, these have really held up. So I think this is like, maybe one of the final products for chassis that Mando will have. There's always improvements that can be made, but this is holding up really well. So that's the chassis, and it comes with this lube they put inside of it. So you can buy that separately. It comes with the lube. I'm not sure on the price on that. So there's that for a possibility. And so I got a green one. They all come with this remove before fight instead of, that's a play on words for flight, for airplanes. And so I got two green ones, okay? Thank you. I'm gonna go to the next thing that's wrapped up, and then I'll show you the actual Pike last. Save the best for last is how I like to think of it. Okay, we have cool, whipped wood shop. Nice. This is soap, Mando Core soap. I didn't know I was getting that. So it's got a really cool smell to it. It's got aqua, glycerins, a bunch of other things, but yeah, it's really cool, manly soap that he sends along. All right, can you guys go downstairs, please? Thank you.
Mr. said come up and then come back down in 2 minutes.
Why?
Because she's like doing something. So.
Oh, okay. All right, so I got some soap there. Apparently, I have some body odor issues. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to tell me something. But that's kind of those nerds do kind of need our showers. Okay, I'm pretty sure I know what this is. Okay. Sorry, I have my kids here. Here you go. All right, so we have an upcoming tournament called Bladetoberfest. Yes, it is named after Oktoberfest. We'll probably do it in October next year. But it is in September 18th, and these are some of the sweet prizes we have. So here it says standard second. It looks like he put a necklace on it too, which is pretty sweet. Oh, wow. So this is a very practical Suba. Okay, so this can fit around your 1-inch blade, and you just need like a coupler on the top or the bottom. But they are Subas, and they say Bladetoberfest 2021, says Mando Core, standard, second place. Okay, very nice. And I think for exotics, there's just gonna be one. Very nice. Gold medal, Bladetoberfest 2021, Mando Core, exotics champion, and then the letters are all kind of in camel. So actually, since these have a necklace, you know, I asked them to make Subas. They're gonna kind of be dual purpose. You're actually gonna get two medals because I have Aaron Riley making plastic medals that are sweet. And then these Subas are also like medals. So you're gonna get some pretty awesome takeaway prizes. Here's for standard third. It is of course bronze, the same thing. And then here is for the standard champ, and then I believe there's one for the women's champ as well. So that is for the standard champ. Very nice. So Mando Core has provided all these things, and they also have gift certificates. I'll talk about that in a second. Here's for the women's champ. So again, these are Subas and also medals. So you could put that over the top of your blade. You just need something to screw it to the blade, just some sort of coupler. Put a drill bit in there, and then I can give you instructions on how to set that up too. So there is the sweet metal / dual purpose Suba for the champ for women's. All right. Last but not least, of course, I want to show you what I hope will be my champ. It is super light, guys. Championship Pike from now on, based on the one that I used in Las Vegas. I will say that belt and that championship was no joke. I fought very good fighters. They were very close fights. I always say the same thing with anybody I beat or am beaten by. Like, it depends on the day. If I've gone either way, I might have beat them. And that can happen in the pools. I mean, it's a sport. In the brackets, doesn't mean that you're necessarily better. You know, those have won tournaments multiple years in a row, I guess. Maybe they've really proved themselves. For me, it's certain conditions for the day, and experience always helps in the end. But, okay, so here is my Pike, but it is looking really sweet. I kind of gave you a little teaser there. So I asked him to basically just make me a Luke Pike. You know, my regular standard sabers, I don't use Subas. And you can see a really cool copper ring there. That's really pretty, right? The classic. Now, I don't like anything different. I slide my hands up and down. I may not be doing that as much with the Pike, but it'll still look like a Luke saber out at the end, right? So he did a really cool paint job there. It is a sleek chrome finish without being too pretty, because I'm just not a pretty boy. So you got your standard Mark IV pommel. These come off really easily. Okay. And then you can, this will be a little tight in there. I'm not going to grease it up, but I'm just kind of showing how these work. So the shock absorber chassis, rather than being it butt up with the plastic against the aluminum tubing, these O-rings serve as a buffer to absorb the shock. Okay, hence. So you take this lube, you put it kind of the inside ring. I put them on the O-rings, and I also put on the inside a little bit. And then you can kind of slide in there with just a little bit of force, but that's supposed to be like that on purpose. Both Jason Hayden and Tom Powers did some sort of aircraft engineering stuff. I don't know, I can't really tell you. But they have this engineered down to the, I don't know, whatever, smaller than a millimeter. You know, this is not my thing, guys, as you can tell. But it's supposed to be tight in there, okay? And so, you know, it's not supposed to move around. So it absorbs the shock really well. So anyway, I'll lube that up in a little while. Actually, I could do that right now. It wouldn't be a big deal. All right, so you just take this little lube here, and I usually put it right on the O-rings themselves. And it's like, I think it's gun lube or something. I don't know exactly what they chose. I don't put a lot on here. I usually put on the lip a little bit more. I'm usually not worried about that final one, but just kind of on this inside. I know they call it Mando lube, and this stuff is better than the stuff I've been using on my own. I can already tell. This is definitely better suited for this. I'm kind of putting a lot, so it'll slide in. We'll see how that goes. You kind of pop that in there. There we go. There we go. Again, just a little force. And then I'm gonna take this out. Wouldn't have to. You see that coming out? Do not have a blade ready to go, I'm sorry. And here I'm holding it. Where'd they go? Okay, and then that just screws in really nicely. And that is a really nice, tight fit. You know, there's no rattling that's going on. You know, you can see it's a really nice steady light. So that is my new full-length Mando Pike that I'm very excited to use. So if you would like to see this more, I plan on at this point, as long as numbers are good, at competing at Bladetoberfest. That is on September 18th in both the exotics and the standard divisions. If we have a lot of people and I'm not able to compete, I'll do one or the other. But I am excited to meet you in the ring. Not for, well, yeah, for competition, but I always think of my enemies or opponents in the ring as my sparring partners, right? I'm there to spar and build community, and we are sparring partners in the ring. So I look forward to sparring with you, okay? Have a good day. Signing out.